It's a made-for-TV moment in Washington, D.C. this week as the congressional committee investigating efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election, which resulted in an attack on the Capitol last year, reveals its findings on live television.
Now we have VOA's Jessica Stone reporting from Washington.
Hello from Washington, where here on Thursday night, 8 p.m. local time, members of the U.S. Congress will hold a hearing into what led to that violent attack on the U.S. Capitol back on January 6, 2021. It will focus not just on the rioters themselves, but to what extent there was a conspiracy to overturn the presidential election results. The timing means the entire United States can watch or listen live as members of the investigative committee present their findings from an inquiry lasting more than a year. That investigation centers on what led to the attempt to overturn the peaceful transfer of power from one president to the next. Of course, this peaceful transfer of power is a cornerstone of American democracy. During the hearing, we do expect to learn new evidence and perhaps see some videos of witness testimony. We also hope to learn more about this conspiracy to overturn the election results. This is a fairly partisan committee. Only 2 Republicans sit on it, in great part due to GOP members refusing to participate. One of those Republicans, Congresswoman Liz Cheney, daughter of the former Vice President Dick Cheney, called the evidence she has seen so far of a conspiracy, quote, really chilling. Nonetheless, it's unclear whether the presentation Thursday night will convince anyone in the American public to change their minds about what happened that day.
The January 6th hearings are really about clamoring for public attention. It was a lot easier to get our attention during the Watergate hearings of the 1970s when broadcast television was the only game in town. Now, people can watch whatever they want, and it doesn't have to be these hearings.
How the public will react to these hearings is going to depend largely upon their own partisan identification. So Democrats are going to be predisposed to assume that anything the committee says implicates Donald Trump and his associates in the White House. On the other hand, Republicans are going to believe that anything the committee says is overtly partisan and perhaps stretching the truth. This is part of a broader trend in American politics of individuals viewing the world through a partisan lens.
Just days ahead of the hearing, the U.S. Department of Justice brought the most serious charges to date against anyone at the Capitol there that day. The DOJ has charged seditious conspiracy against the leader of a right-wing group called the Proud Boys. Seen here, his name is Enrique Tarrio. He's charged alongside 4 of his deputies for plotting to stop Congress from certifying Joe Biden's 2020 presidential victory over Donald Trump. You'll recall that Trump falsely claimed that he lost due to widespread voting fraud. Back to you.